Hey friends, I'm Megan, and today I want to share a little bit of my journey with you and talk to you about some of the ways that God has been working in my life the past couple of years. So, I became a Christian when I was 4 years old and grew up in a Christian home with a loving family. And at a pretty young age, I got heavily involved into figure skating, which eventually led to my love of theater and dance. So, growing up in a highly demanding environment, wore on me. I struggled with my identity physically, and I held tightly to the perfection I was aiming for. When you work in the performing arts, your image is everything. The way you look, the color of your eyes, your shape, your personality, and even the vibe you give off. There's so much pressure to be what other people want you to be. And you try to conform to perfection and fit into a mold that the casting directors want. Having to be in the mindset of always having to be what other people want took a toll on me. And on top of the hardships in my childhood, I was very, very broken. So I've always had a personal relationship with the Lord and trusted Him, but it wasn't until this past year that I actually started to find my identity in Him. Last fall, in 2018, I took the leap and I moved to New York City to train in theater and dance. I was living my childhood dream, but still I felt so empty. I put everything into my work, striving to be better than the day before, and my relationship with the Lord easily fell to the back burner. When my program ended, I came back to South Carolina, and I was honestly dreading it. I was devastated. I knew I wanted to move back to the city in September, and I was already looking at apartments, crunching the numbers to make it happen, and even about to order IKEA furniture. Little did I know the Lord was going to use last summer to completely change my course. In July, I started to have this feeling that I wasn't supposed to go back to New York. I prayed and asked God for guidance, but I didn't seem to have an answer. Until one day I was talking with a friend, and she said some truth to me that really changed the course of what I was thinking. And she said to me, "Megan, why would you choose to be somewhere that your relationship with the Lord is not flourishing? You only have a short life to live, and our time here is this, and our time in eternity is this." And that just really hit home with me. Her words helped me to see clearly that my relationship with the Lord had to be the number one priority in my life. And I needed to figure out who I was if I wasn't a performer, who I was just as a daughter of Christ. So making that decision was so terrifying to me. I was scared of what other people would think, and I didn't want to appear as unsuccessful or scared. I didn't want people to think that I'd given up on my dreams. And for the first time in my life, I was choosing to pause on things that I was drawn to and just focus on the Lord. So over the course of this past fall, God has graciously opened up so many doors for me. I have found community here at Mitchell Road. I was able to start teaching dance and choreographing children's theater, and I was also connected with the most wonderful family to nanny for. So I definitely have felt very, very blessed. There are still days that I feel like I really miss it, and I wish I was there. I've definitely cried and mourned over the things that life there offered me, all the excitement and adventure. But thankfully, I've gotten to spend time here with family and friends, and really just getting to dig into the Bible and the Word and really figure out who I am beside what I do. So the Lord has really, really given me the joy I've really been given the joy of the Lord throughout all of this, and I think I definitely wouldn't have made it without Him. But in the past month, so many of us have been stripped of things that we consider part of our identities. I've been struggling to feel productive during this time, and I just want to encourage you guys that you're more than what you do. You're more than your career or how much you work out or how good of a parent or daughter or sister or brother or husband or wife you are. I know it's taken me a while, and it's still a journey to really find my identity in Christ. And I think that it's something that God has been using this time to still really instill in me, because I already cut back a lot of my life, and now, I feel like I'm sitting at home twiddling my thumbs. So I'm just trying to encourage others that you're not alone in this. We're all going through this at the same time, and you're enough just as you are. You don't have to be productive or get your to-do list done, but we are enough just because we are children of God and we have His grace. So I'm going to read a psalm now, Psalm 47, the first 7 verses. That's really encouraged me through this time. So, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble in its swelling. The river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. The nations rage, the kingdoms totter, He utters His voice, the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us, the God of Jacob is our fortress. So just be encouraged this week, and I can't wait to see you guys all back at church, and so we can worship together. Thanks for listening to my story.